Hello friends, welcome to my channel Sushant Chess Quiz. Today we are going to look at the next pawn endgame topic, that is the test positions based on pawns on adjacent file. Let's have a look at this position here. It is white to play, and from the look of the position only we can make out that white is already struggling. So let's see if white is able to make a draw in the position. The problem is the black king is able to approach the pawn very easily. So let's look at normal moves first. White has kc2. This is the only approach because king is going diagonally and towards his own pawn. c2. This move is absolutely forced. And now black has choice between two ways to attack the pawn. First it looks like ke7 and the pawn will be taken. But we see that after kd3, kf6, ke4, the pawn gets supported. So if we know the rule, in adjacent pawn's case, what happens whenever the pawn is getting supported, the position becomes drawn easily. And the second thing is we want to attack the opponent's pawn. That was not possible here. So after the move like kg5, ke5, soon we see that black has to go away. So black will keep the pawn attacked. And here after f6 or ke6, both way the position will become drawn. So f6, gf, king f6 will easily draw the game. Black cannot leave the pawn because of f7 effect. ac2, kd6, and now it looks as if white is going to lose the game because after any king move like kd3 or kd2, let's look at both. Black attacks the pawn and the sacrifice of pawn. Hitting with the pawn will allow white king to take opposition and draw the game. But the black king will take the pawn and come to the square g5. Once the king reaches g5, it is having a space for the pawn to move. And what will happen? Even if the king would have been on g3, g6 would have won the game. But here anyway, after kf3, kh4, and black pawn will promote to a queen. After kc2, kd6, kd2 is losing. Let's look at the move kd3. Even after kd3, hardly things change. King comes to e5. King e3, white has got the opposition, but after king f5, king f3, kg5, kg3, black uses the move g6 and he is able to win the game. Do note that white has a tactical idea in mind. He plays the move f6 here, and after f6 what is happening? Now black has two ways. One, he can play the move g6 and try to grab the pawn and come ahead of his own pawn, that is one. And second, he can take the pawn. See, after the pawn is taken, now white has only correct move, that is kd2. So he takes the distant opposition, and this will now lead to normal opposition. White will get the opposition. If pawn moves, then pawn will come ahead. Even the move ke3 will do. But after move kd5, kd3, ke5, ke3, kf5, kf3, we note that black will ultimately have to move the pawns. After ke5, ke3, f5, kf3, f4, kf2, ke4, ke2, f3. Here both moves kf1 and kf2 both draw. After kf4 the only move kf1. And after ke3, ke1, and after kg3, kg1. And we reach the position number 1 and white is able to hold the game. So the last attempt for black is the move g6. Can play the move here kd3 without fear of ke5 because of f7. So ke6 forced, ke4, kf6 forced, and comes kf4, and again see white manage the opposition. Do note here that after the move g5, white has a very simple tactic. f7, king is forced to take f7 and kf5 and winning back the pawn on g5. So this will lead to a draw. Clearly, black's last attempt g5 will also lead to nothing because after kd3, ke6, we can do here the moves both ke3 and ke4. Note that after kf6, kf3, although black gets the opposition, the king and pawn are together, and this king has not managed on the 6th rank. So after kg3, we are only going to reach position number 1, which will make the position drawn. Let's look at the next position here. the endgames become more difficult because there are see lot of moves, means empty squares are many and candidate moves are too many. So in endgame, the concept is very important. So if we know the concept will help us choose the direction of our calculation. Using the concept properly here, white was able to get a win in the game. It is white to play and win, but white has to be very careful because he has got a knight pawn here and the opponent has a rook pawn. So what happens? White noted that he wants to get his king ahead of this pawn. So either on c4, b4 or a4. But the direct approach, see, logic says king c3, okay, but concept wise if we see, once black gets a3, it is going to be the rook pawn. So after ba3, so black is playing with the concept here. He wants to create a rook pawn and take his king to b7 and b8 squares. So we have learned for the rook pawn, these two are the key squares. So now king is heading over there. So just see ke6, kb4, kd7, kb5, kc8, and once the control is established on b8 or b7 square, then most of the time the game is drawn. Here we note that after kb6, kb8 and the position is drawn. Do note that only exceptional position where the king not being on b7 or b8 doesn't work is the position with pawn on a7 and kb6. Here what happens? Having the king just controlling b7 and b8 doesn't work. The pawn will queen. Okay, but otherwise, if the pawn is anywhere behind, then the king's control on b7 and b8 is just enough to hold the game. For example, here with a6, king goes to b8, and if king comes to a6, then king comes to a7, then just kc7. And this type of draw is also possible. White understood this idea that black is about to sacrifice the pawn on a3. So he used a subtle idea. He goes for the move kb1. And now king is going to come on a3, which will not allow the move a3. So let's see, there are two approaches for black now. Firstly, he can sacrifice the pawn right now, which is the main line. And let's see if black king tries to come near. So ke5, ka2, and now we see it's very late to sack the pawn because after a3, just king a3, kd5, and we get the king to b4. Now here, even if black got kb6, white had the move b3, which would have slashed the opposition. After kb1, ke5, ka2, kc4, ka3, kc5, ka4, only try kb6, and here if white moves the pawn to b3 or b4, then what will happen? After the move b3, black will get opposition, and after kb4 again kb6. So white has to play the only correct move kb4, first forcing the king away. So opposition on the pawn's pile is very important. So wherever the king moves now, a6, then kc5, and now the king has improved his position. Now after kb7, the best way is kb5 again, so that we can reach the 6th rank. Do note that in this case pawn to b3 was also fine, but b4 would be blunder because of kc7. And now b5, then king and pawn are together, and the king has not reached the 6th rank. So this will be a drawn position. Black tried the best move after kb1. Black played a3. And here of course if ba is taken, then the king rushes to the b8 square and nothing will happen. White has to know that he has to come ahead of the pawn. So here the only move is b3, which wins the game. If white plays b4, then it would be a just blunder because king e6, even ke5 will do. King goes to a2, kd6, king a3, king c6, king a4, and the king manages to reach b6 on time without allowing white to go ka5. So the white king and pawn remain together here. The king has to be ahead of the pawn. Now a3, then the only correct move b3, and white is able to win the game. We'll see that black king will not be able to take the opposition. So after ke5, ka2, kd5, ka3, kc5, the king needed to be on b5 or a5 squares is falling one move short, and after ka4, kb6, do note that the only move kb4 and white wins the game. If king goes to c6 setting a trap, then kb4, kb6 drawn, but white plays ka5 there also. So we are going to reach this position anyways. After kb6, kb4, kc6, ka5, kb7 setting a trap, and on the pawns pile will again take opposition till we reach the 6th rank. So after ka7, kc6, ka6, b4, ka7, b5, k8. Sometimes there is a drawing mechanism here with the knight pawn, but here there is no risk, because after kc7 black has to come to a7 square, and then b6, b7, b8, everything will come with check. So b6, king a8, b7, k7, b8, queens, and white will mate in couple of moves. We completed some tricky positions based on pawns on the same file and also pawns on the adjacent files. So I hope you are enjoying these lessons. Do like, share and subscribe the channel. Thanks for your time.